Assessing a potential investor is an art, and many times startups feel that money is coming from whatever source is good for them. Actually, it's not the case. I've seen the color of money in my last 20 years of career in various modes, and the best admirable source was in Bharti Airtel in 2001 when $500 million of round happened, wherein not only one strategic investor, Singtel, participated, there was Warburg Pincus, who came in with the check of around $200 million in that particular round. Let me tell you, the most important value add they did was to give the confidence to the startup, to Sunil Mittal, that you are the best amongst the world that we have chosen to invest behind you. So the conviction that a startup, the investor can give to a startup founder that we had the option to invest our money in any part of the world, in any sector, and we have chosen you, is the most important aspect that one has to be able to get convinced. And that particular investor, if they reiterate that with their monies coming in time and again, or their guidance coming in time and again, is the most important factor. Herein, the objectives are different for a financial investor like venture capital or private equity. We are there in the company for a period of 5 to 10 years at the most. Whereas a strategic investor is looking to be there for lifetime. Look at the goals are so very different. One is pushing you to perform very quickly and multiply their money and get out and make you capable to scale up to be a listed entity. Whereas a strategic guy will make sure that your plans, your actions are so blended with their own corporate goals and objectives that you're imbibing everything of their culture and other aspects there. As a startup, actually, you have even more choices. You have choices of angel investors. You have choices of family offices putting in money alongside venture capitalists as well. When an angel puts in money, he looks at you. He looks at your vision. And he's the person who writes a check. He's not responsible or answerable to anybody. In case you don't perform, he feels that I made my bet, I made a wrong choice, it's a write-off case. He's the person who's the most willing to help you when you go with a specific need, that I need this and this introduction in your network, or this is the problem that I want you to be solving, and he will come running to help you out because his money is there, and he'll give you the consultancy what is required. Whereas when you're taking money from family offices, just evaluate. Hope it is not an opportunistic, low value entry that they're looking at. Family offices have their own businesses to manage alongside. Ups and downs in their businesses can impact their allocation of capital in the coming years and months. Family offices can add value in case your business is aligned 100% with them. Otherwise, be careful that whatever money they're committing to you is allocated into a separate bucket for that to be available whenever it is required, rather than being coming in every month whenever you need to pay a salary check or so. Whereas any professional house like venture capital, private equity, they're the ones who are in the business of investing in startups. They understand game of valuations. They understand the terms that are mentioned out there, whereas family offices or strategic guys take much longer to actually dwell on the same decision that you're looking at. Whenever you have a choice, go for professional investors or strategic guys who have made 2, 3, 4 investments already in startups. They should understand the valuation, they should understand the term sheet, they should understand other aspects. Otherwise, the same clause that you will take for the next round to them, it'll take months for their internal legal and finance officers to be able to approve of that, and your business will be suffering. So be very careful. Look forward to professional investors for your growth aspirations.